ABC7 Bangor.
This is ABC7 News at Noon.
Closing arguments are expected in the trial of an Orrington man accused of shooting a man in downtown Bangor. Good afternoon, I'm Susan Farley. Authorities are warning about an online vehicle scam trying to get your money, and the Maine House Republicans have proposed a bill that would abolish Maine's income tax. Thank you for joining us. We'll have more on these and other stories in just a moment. First, let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs. Devin?
Hey Susan, happy Friday afternoon. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Luigi and Fredericks across the Eastern Maine Medical Center, serving the greater Bangor area for over 65 years. Here we are. A small cloud advisory is up for about another hour or two yet, at least until about 2 p.m. or so. Along the coast, because of gusty winds along the coast, that's stirring up the ocean yet again. We'll start seeing that improve as we do move forward. A lot of snow fell in the northern ends of the state, but everyone else, not much of anything, and now all that has since started to calm down. We're watching clouds off toward the south and west that's starting to approach, especially off toward the west with this system right here. So, in general, for today, a partly cloudy sky will be expected with a mixture of clouds and sunshine possible again, mainly as we head towards your Saturday as well, but in general, increasing clouds will be the general idea. So, overall, partly cloudy today, clearing out a little bit more later on tonight. By the time we head towards Saturday, there's the clouds right there, so a mixture of clouds and sunshine to start, with more clouds on the way later into the day. And a little bit of wind as well out of the northwest at around 10 and 15 miles per hour. We'll start to see that relax a bit, especially as we head towards your Saturday, before we watch for a little bit more wind that may try to approach later on. So for today, upper 40s, partly cloudy and breezy. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. For tonight, lower 20s, partly cloudy and breezy yet again. The northwest wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow, mid-40s, mostly cloudy, so adding more clouds and the wind backing off out of the east at about 5 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, looking mostly cloudy at times to partly cloudy in a few spots. Temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Susan?
Thank you, Devin. Closing arguments are expected today in the Jordan Bishop trial. Matthew Jaronczyk explains Thursday's testimony from a group of experts.
Following Wednesday's testimonies, the defense called forensic psychologists Dr. Diane Tennis and Charles Robinson, as well as clinical psychologist Dr. David Lawrence, to take the stand to argue that Bishop was, quote, in a dissociative state of mind, end quote, when the shooting occurred. Dr. Tennis was ordered to perform a series of psychological tests on Bishop after he posted bail in October 2019. In her reports, she was the first to diagnose Bishop with PTSD based on the symptoms he exhibited, specifically sleep disturbance and flashbacks to when he served in the Iraq War. She also found the symptoms were consistent with someone with poor impulse control. Dr. Lawrence then took the stand, agreeing with the findings from Dr. Tennis's report. He also said the trauma Bishop suffered from being choked out and his head hitting the pavement likely triggered him to act the way he did without even realizing what he was doing. Dr. Robinson then shared his observations on Bishop based on the surveillance video and his interactions with Bishop. He claims Bishop hitting his head on the pavement likely triggered his behaviors. Bishop declined to take the stand to be questioned by the prosecution. Closing statements will take place Friday morning, with the decision following jury deliberation. In Bangor, Matthew Jaronczyk reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The Belfast Police Department is looking for your help to identify the person that robbed the Circle K convenience store early Thursday morning. Take a look at these pictures that were taken from security cameras. Police tell us that a person entered the store wearing a camouflage jacket, pajama pants, baseball cap, and blue surgical mask. He approached the cashier with a note indicating that the person was armed and to hand over cash. If you recognize the person, you're asked to contact the Belfast Police Department at 207-338-2420. Union Street in Bangor was briefly shut down Thursday after a vehicle went off the road and into a stream. Bangor Assistant Fire Chief Greg Hodge says the driver of the Jeep Compass entered the soft shoulder and overcorrected. That caused the vehicle to go off the road and into the water.
Luckily, one of our off-duty fire lieutenants just happened to be passing by, stopped and jumped in the water, assisted the gentleman out.
We're told the driver was not injured in that crash. Police say they have interrupted an out-of-state drug operation in northern Penobscot County. 2 people were arrested Wednesday after drug agents and police searched a home on the Lee Road in Lee. Drug Enforcement Agency Commander Peter Arno says they seized half a pound of fentanyl with a street value of $37,000, along with $20,000 in suspected drug proceeds. They also found several guns. 36-year-old Pedro Manuel Sanchez Lugo from the Dominican Republic and 27-year-old Tom Severance from Lee were arrested and charged with aggravated drug trafficking. Arno says the search was part of a months-long investigation. The Maine Attorney General's office is warning the public about an active online scam involving the fraudulent sale of used or antique motor vehicles. They say the scammers are using the names of Maine businesses and individuals associated with those businesses to advertise vehicles for sale. According to the AG's office, the scammers get unwitting buyers to wire thousands of dollars for vehicles they will never receive. The scammers are registering fraudulent website domains using the names of the Maine businesses and are using emails associated with those domains. Although they do not appear to be physically based in Maine, the scammers are using phone numbers with 207 area codes. They're also using documents that appear to be legitimate, including bills of sale. If a consumer expresses concerns, they may offer excuses or tracking information, but they eventually will end communications and the vehicle will never arrive. If you believe you may have been a victim of this scam, you're encouraged to submit a complaint to the Maine Attorney General's office. Maine's Chief Justice says the state's backlog of court cases remains 60 to 65% higher than pre-pandemic levels. Chief Justice Valerie Stanfield told lawmakers Thursday that the primary cause stemmed from the inability to hold jury trials early in the pandemic. She says other causes include a big increase in felony crimes, the opioid epidemic, and mental health disorders. Stanfield used her State of the Judiciary address to a joint session of the Maine legislature to promote the governor's budget proposal. It includes 4 new judges as well as more clerks and marshals. She also wants a pay raise for judges. Maine House Republicans have proposed a bill that would abolish Maine's income tax. Devin Dagnall has more.
An income tax discourages work, it discourages labor. It's different than all other taxes in that regard.
Thursday afternoon, Representative David Boyer of Poland proposed LD 835 to the Committee on Taxation. If approved, the bill would transition the state of Maine from charging income tax over the next 5 years, starting in 2024. Each year, the state's income tax would incrementally decrease to allow each state department to adjust its annual budgets accordingly.
I figured 20% every year gives each state department time and leniency to make those cuts. Find wasteful spending. You're telling me that there's no wasteful spending in government? I have a hard time believing that.
The bill is not without its opposition. Boyer states that opponents of the bill are worried if approved, it would leave the state with too little funding to complete its full duties.
You know, we're looking at a 20% increase roughly from the last budget. So are our roads getting 20% better? Is our services getting 20% better? No, they're not. So this is a reasonable proposal. Cut some spending and let Mainers keep more of what they earn.
According to Boyer, it is expected that the bill will reach the House floor within the next 4 to 6 weeks. During the committee hearing, Boyer acknowledged that it is unlikely this bill will pass, but he will continue to fight for tax breaks where he can. In Augusta, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A proposed bill would provide a one-time payment that aims to support the Maine Lobster Legal Defense Fund through the end of the decade. House Republican Representative Billy Bob Falkingham has proposed LD 710 to the Committee on Marine Resources. If the bill is passed, it would allocate $500,000 to the Maine Lobster Legal Defense Fund.
But the bill I'm proposing today is going to be funded in the same way that it was last time, with fees from lobster fishermen's licenses. So this bill will actually be funded by the lobstermen themselves and not use any state tax dollars.
Falkingham says the bill has received bipartisan support. He hopes that support will help it pass quickly. Falkingham anticipates the bill will go to committee in April and the House soon after. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, a bill has been introduced to help with Maine's worsening school bus driver shortage. We've got the details when we return.
It's a fact. 2 out of 3 Americans who qualify for Medicare do not receive all the benefits they deserve. If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want. Call Anthem Maine Health at 1-844-594-1602 today for a free Medicare plan checkup and to make sure you have everything you qualify for in 2023. You can receive extra benefits for a $0 monthly premium. Benefits like dental, vision, hearing, and $0 copay for prescriptions. And to help you stay healthy at home, you can have free prescription drug delivery, online doctor visits 24/7, and free exercise classes. You can even receive money toward over-the-counter health items. Don't be one of the Medicare beneficiaries not getting all the benefits you qualify for. Call 1-844-594-1602 today and feel confident you have all the benefits you deserve for 2023.
In Maine, it's always truck season. And at Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, we are celebrating New Ram Truck Month by carrying the complete line of hard-charging new Ram trucks from light to heavy duty. At Thornton Brothers, you'll find the right truck for cargo space and comfort for those long trips on the road. No matter what Maine throws at you, our trucks have you covered. So come on over and test drive any of our award-winning new Ram trucks at Thornton Brothers, 125 Main Street, Lincoln.
Scudic & Bloom, a full-service, custom-designed florist, Main Street in Winter Harbor.
We can deliver one-of-a-kind, full-color flower arrangements
by custom floral designer me, Pam.
Delivering to Ellsworth and surrounding areas for any occasion.
Please visit scudicandbloom.com or call 844-SCUDIC.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company may try to tell you that you don't need a lawyer.
Call the twos and we'll watch out for you.
Lowry & Associates watched out for me and got me $275,000.
If you're waiting for a sign that it's time to finally tackle that window project, here it is. Renewal by Anderson's incredible Window Replacement Days. Get all the benefits of Renewal by Anderson's exclusive and easy replacement window process. And save a lot of money while you're at it. An immediate design consultation, exclusive Fibrix composite material windows, and precise installation by highly trained certified master installers. You get it all during Renewal by Anderson's Window Replacement Days. Call Renewal by Anderson today and take advantage of this limited time offer and special financing.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Senator Susan Collins questioned the Transportation Secretary Thursday on why the president's budget doesn't include money for Maine Maritime Academy's shoreline improvements. Maine Maritime Academy will be replacing its national security multi-mission vessel in 2024. There will need to be some upgrades to the docks and shoreline technology to make way for the new training ship called the State of Maine. Collins says that the inconsistency in funding for the vessels, but not for the infrastructure needed to service them, leaves the project short.
The president's budget does not include funding to continue the support for the shoreside infrastructure improvements at our nation's state maritime academies that are necessary for berthing these newly constructed vessels.
But there is, I think, going to have to be a continued conversation about the responsibilities on the vessel itself and then the shoreside resources.
Money has been allocated to build 5 vessels to replace older ships in the Maritime Academy's fleet throughout the U.S. The president's budget for 2024 does include $19.2 million to cover some unanticipated steel cost increases for building one of the proposed training vessels. President Biden has approved the state of Maine's request for a major disaster declaration for several counties in the wake of this past December's severe winter storm that battered the state. The president's approval of the disaster declaration for Franklin, Knox, Oxford, Somerset, Waldo, and York counties unlocks federal assistance through the Public Assistance Program. That program provides supplemental grants to state, local, and tribal governments so communities can respond quickly and recover from major disasters or emergencies. The disaster designation also unlocks federal funding so they can develop hazard mitigation plans and rebuild in a way that reduces future disaster losses in their communities. High winds and significant rainfall during the December storm led to substantial flooding, extensive road washouts, and closures, as well as widespread power outages and infrastructure damage that are beyond the state's capability to address. Maine Recovery Advocacy Project released its legislative priorities for the year during a webinar last night. The group is a network of advocates, elected officials, and organizations working together toward finding solutions to lower substance use and overdose rates. Maine saw a nearly 12% increase in overdose deaths in 2022, which they hope to address through legislation in 2023. During the meeting, Democratic Representative Lori Osier announced she's introducing new legislation to establish harm reduction centers throughout the state.
The bill directs the Department of Health and Human Services to create a 2-year pilot project establishing and operating a harm reduction health center to provide counseling and health service referrals and a place to use previously obtained controlled substances for clients of the center.
And so this bill really is about expanding healthcare and expanding access to healthcare to individuals who oftentimes do not have the easiest way of connecting with the services that they need.
To learn more about Maine Recovery Advocacy Project, visit recoveryvoices.com/ME. A House Republican has presented a bill to help combat the ongoing school bus driver shortage. Representative Gary Drinkwater of Milford presented LD 1030 to the Committee on Transportation. The bill aims to make the qualifications needed for a school bus driver's license more specific to the job and not just a commercial driver's license. Drinkwater says he has no interest in cutting safety corners and that all the bill does is cut out unneeded information from the certification for bus drivers.
For example, why does a school bus driver need to know how to secure a load? Why do they need to know how to hang meat? Those are things that CDL requires, but it's not pertinent to a school bus license.
According to Drinkwater, the bill is receiving bipartisan support. He's hopeful that support will only grow as the bill moves along. After the break, we'll find out how inflation is impacting school lunches. We'll be right back.
Looks like you've been sleeping well.
Megan, he's back. The My Pillow guy.
And you're looking good.
Still feeling good.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we've got the best pillow ever, My Pillow 2.0. When I invented My Pillow, it had everything you'd ever want in a pillow. Well, now there's new technology that makes it even better. My Pillow 2.0 has my patented fill combined with a cooling fabric with temperature regulating thread. My Pillow 2.0 is truly the next generation of My Pillow.
The best sleep just got even better. Whether you have a MyPillow or not, you need to get the brand new MyPillow 2.0. Call or go to MyPillow.com now. Use your promo code, and for a limited time when you buy one, you'll get a second one absolutely free.
You're sleeping even better.
And cooler, too.
And you're looking good.
Feeling good.
I knew you would.
Visit MyPillow.com.
People are buzzing about my highly rated... Exactly. My highly rated living rooms. Like the Laurel collection. It has... well said. Or my Betty collection. Right. My Virgo... I seem to have lost control of the commercial. 3 collections, 5 stars. All only $9.99. See what all the buzz is about at Bob's Discount Furniture.
I really enjoy helping people and watching them grow. I joined Sweetser over 10 years ago as an independent affiliate and have helped countless clients reach their goals. Sweetser provides me an opportunity to help my clients without all the headaches like billing and referrals, things related to actually running a private practice. They take the administrative stress away so I can carry out my true passion. If you are a licensed social worker or therapist, Sweetser's affiliate network is for you.
At Hood, our love for New England inspired New England Creamery. We make it with premium Hood milk and cream, then we overload it with the good stuff. Like Green Mountain Mint chip with a rich, fudgy swirl. Maine Sweet Blueberry with real, delicious blueberries. And Cape Cod Fudge Shop, packed with fudgy truffles. Hood's New England Creamery. From Hood, for New England. Try all 13 flavors.
Over 1 million Americans have died of COVID, but a new study finds that death rates are changing between different age groups. With more, here's ABC's Justin Finch.
The U.S. recently crossed the sobering milestone of 1 million deaths from COVID. Using public reports from 2020 through 2021, an analysis led by University of Pennsylvania researchers showed major shifts in death rates from COVID after the widespread distribution of vaccines. Focusing on the latter half of 2021, when at least half the population was vaccinated, researchers found COVID death rates dropped for older Americans, especially those over 80. More concerning, death rates have grown in the same period for Black and white Americans aged 25 to 54, a group where vaccination rates have lagged behind older Americans. This study serves as a reminder on the importance of getting vaccinated and boosted against COVID. Be sure to ask your doctor if you're up to date on your vaccinations and boosters. With this Medical Minute, I'm Justin Finch, ABC News.
We've all seen costs go up at the grocery store, and it's also affecting school meal budgets. One school nutritionist says school systems all across the country are having difficulty with the rising prices. Johnny Maffey sat down with food directors to find out just how they are adjusting.
We've been, on average, seeing about a 20% increase in food cost. Walk-in freezer.
Portland Schools interim food director Dawn Hilton says cafeteria workers are trying to stay efficient. Over in RSU 14,
food is costing anywhere from 30 to 300% more.
School nutrition director Jeannie Riley says egg prices tripled and other staples like milk costs increasing are forcing them to adjust.
We've really needed to start purchasing from multiple vendors.
Sometimes they get a warning.
When vendors are aware that there may be an upcoming price increase, they will try to let us know ahead of time.
There has been federal help in the form of USDA meal reimbursements. 15 cents per meal for breakfast and 40 cents for lunch. This covers around $300,000 of Portland's anticipated $330,000 meal expense increase for 2023. But these funds are set to expire in June. Riley just went to Washington to try to extend it.
One of the reasons we were in Washington was to ask our senators and our representatives to support keeping that funding.
If we didn't have this additional help, I don't know how we would cover those expenses.
Because without the funding, you can't keep up with the inflation. You can't keep up with the high costs.
Right. Making the funding consistent with the inflationary costs of food is critically important.
What was it like working with so many people from across the country to try to solve this problem that you said over 95% of people are facing?
It's really powerful.
There are currently proposals to extend the funding, but nothing is set in stone. A Maine town has placed a temporary ban on solar developments after residents shared concerns about moving forward with commercial projects. Our David Ledford spoke with members of the town.
Corinth residents approved a 6-month development moratorium Tuesday. The temporary hold prevents further establishment of commercial solar farms in the town, but will not affect the 3 solar developments that have already been approved. Town manager Stephen Fields says that some community members have shared concerns about the effect additional solar farms could have on the environment, the overall look of the town, and the property value of nearby buildings.
The concern is obviously the amount of acres they're going to take up and the size of the field that the megawatts that are going to be producing on those solar fields as well. So looking at a variety of different aspects to develop policies and procedures in place for those coming into town to abide by.
However, not all town residents feel that solar farms are a drawback to the community.
It'll probably bring some more jobs around, don't it? I mean, and maybe save us a little bit of money on our light bill. But, yeah, I think it'd be good for it. I mean, I think it's good for the towns, but, you know.
Fields says the moratorium will give the town time to plan for the future and determine what is best for everyone involved.
Something that goes along with this process is times change, and we kind of have to look for the future to figure out exactly where we want to position the town for protection for our community, but also for the citizens to the best of our ability.
In Corinth, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full-picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA Insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
In Maine, it's always truck season. And at Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, we are celebrating New Ram Truck Month by carrying the complete line of hard-charging new Ram trucks from light to heavy duty. At Thornton Brothers, you'll find the right truck for cargo space and comfort for those long trips on the road. No matter what Maine throws at you, our trucks have you covered. So come on over and test drive any of our award-winning new Ram trucks at Thornton Brothers, 125 Main Street, Lincoln.
The Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife has shared photos of their semi-annual research trips into Maine's bat caves. Every 3 winters, the department's biologists don their headlamps, masks, and bright yellow safety suits to squeeze into narrow caves searching for bats. They do this to monitor our state's bat populations in order to guide conservation strategies. They explain that 3 of the 8 species of bats found in Maine migrate south in the colder months. The rest stay here year-round, hibernating any place they see fit, such as attics, old wells, caves, and other places. These spaces can't protect them from disease. Cave bats are highly susceptible to a fungal pathogen known as white nose syndrome. It's caused a 95% population decline in Maine's cave bat since it was first detected 12 years ago. To learn more about these endangered species, head to mainefishwildlife.com/bats. Well, the weekend's almost here. Let's check in with Devin Biggs to see what kind of weather to expect. Devin?
Alrighty, here you go. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, they are Paramount. Give them a call for a free estimate today. All right, here we go. So small craft advisory is posted for a little while yet until 2 p.m. later this afternoon along the coast because of winds that are causing the ocean to get a little active from time to time. Looks like they may let these expire, but we'll have to keep an eye on that as it does develop. But 2 to 5 foot wave heights being noticed. It's still a little active along the coast, but nothing too extreme. It's mainly worse further out towards sea where you see some of these brighter colors. But meanwhile, though, we had some snow in the northern parts of the state. That dumped some decent snowfall there. But for us, we've calmed down. Hardly anything that fell in the snowfall department, so now we're calming down with a partly cloudy sky, maybe mostly cloudy in a few spots later on today. So we're watching this big system that's stretching across a good part of the country from right about here by Washington, D.C., all the way down into parts of Texas as well. So looking pretty decent out there this morning with how big this system is, and some storms possible further down toward the south later today that may turn severe, but we do not have to worry about that. We had to look forward to a partly cloudy sky for us today, and not much cloud cover again later on tonight. We'll be looking pretty good. By Saturday, starting off with a partly cloudy sky, but notice more clouds approaching by Saturday afternoon as our next system starts to approach. By Saturday night, though, that's when our next system starts to move in. So we'll start seeing a movement by Saturday night, mainly as snow, but by closer toward morning, some warmer temperatures start to move in. That may try to switch us over to a little bit of rain, but as it does push through, it'll mainly be the northern ends of the state. I might see a little bit of leftover snow as we head towards Sunday and maybe into Monday, but everyone else, including us, looking dry with just clouds that will look to hang around. Our average high temperature, let's talk temperatures real quick, is in the lower 40s. We'll reach for the upper 40s today, mid-40s Saturday, so above normal. Upper 30s Sunday, back in the lower to middle 40s again Monday all the way through Thursday of next week. So your forecast for today, upper 40s, partly cloudy and breezy. The northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. By tonight, here we go, lower 20s, partly cloudy and breezy yet again. Northwest wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. For tomorrow, mid-40s, mostly cloudy. The wind's backing off with that east breeze at about 5 miles per hour. Your Paramount Paving extended forecast. Alrighty, so rain and snow chances back in the forecast for your Sunday with highs in the upper 30s. It actually moves in by Saturday night as well. By Monday, we dry out. Partly cloudy with temperatures in the mid-40s. Mostly cloudy Tuesday, temperatures remaining in the mid-40s.
Thank you, Devin. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great weekend.
How long were the two of you living together?
3.5 years.
That is untrue.
Distancing herself from the father of her child.
You said, I never lived with him, but all my things and my son's things were at his house just